the reality? What's the reality?
Hey y'all, and welcome back to What's the Reality? Today I have two very, very special guests and friends from my season, the actually only couple to survive my season, Amy and Johnny. Hey y'all.
Yes,
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to What's the Reality?
Thanks for having me.
Oh my God, catch me up. What has the transition from getting married on TV to actually being married in real life? What has that been like for y'all?
It's been a whirlwind, I feel like, especially with like the public eye.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I feel like when we first started off and like we got married after filming, it was cool because we just got to like live in this little bubble of just we're together, we do things, we go run errands, grocery shopping, go out on like little date nights, that's it. And we're just like very much by ourselves. Then when the show dropped, it was very much like everyone knows who we are. So it's like we feel like we kind of like walk like on our like P's and Q's and just make sure that like we're these people because everyone's like staring at us and like looking at us through this like microscope.
Right.
But then after like a couple, I don't know, like weeks or months of it, we're just like, no, we're just like anybody else. Like we can do whatever we want to. And I feel like after that's been a lot more casual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember we would like go out before everything aired. And then you guys wouldn't have your rings on.
Oh my gosh. I was spiraling. I mean, I get why we had to do what we had to do, but at the same time, that was hard.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That was a very, like that whole time
That was an
frame.
awkward time,
and then like hearing like the commentary from people without like knowing the full story behind everything. I was just like, oh my God. And then like the weeks felt like a year. It was eternal, I feel like.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to that, people not knowing the full story. I still remember I wore my ring to like in the office to work. And everyone was like, oh my God, you got married. I was like, yeah, I got married. Oh, the wife's great. She's doing good. Then all of a sudden production was like, hey, you can't be seeing your rings anymore. And also I stopped taking it off and everyone was like, hey, Johnny, you know, it's going to be okay. Like, hey, how you doing? Do you want to get lunch? I'm over here just like, no, I'm good. I'm just chilling, you know.
Happily married, just can't talk about it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm kind of upset because I haven't seen you guys. We live in the same city. Haven't seen you guys because you've been traveling. Not my fault. I text Amy a week ago for dinner. So we'll get back to that.
I feel like we've just been adventuring around the world, really.
No, literally.
No. So, okay, we have Spain, Portugal, Japan, Costa Rica. What am I missing?
I think that was from this year.
Those were like the...
That was just this year alone.
That was from this
What
year.
was that YouTube you dropped?
Oh, that
was
was
that?
Finland, Norway, and then Sweden. We did the Nordics. That was like our first international solos trip.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. It
It
was so
looked
cool.
lit. It looked so fun. Like, it looked like a place I would never go to.
That part.
But then I watched your YouTube and I was like, I'll still never go. But I'm glad that, that I could see it through your
if you
eyes.
ever end up going, just let us know. We got the right.
Yeah, no, it looked so fun. So I know that traveling can be pretty stressful. We all know. Is there something that you guys have learned about each other while traveling?
I feel like...
I know, I was going to say, I do have to say that if you aren't comfortable with someone, travel with them, you will get comfortable very fast.
Yeah.
Because especially being inside like a tiny, tiny, tiny hotel room, you learn like the balance of,
we get tested.
Every day.
But you know, it's funny because we just like bicker like an old couple. Like it's like nothing like terrible. Like I feel like we haven't had like a terrible experience, but it can be stressful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Ollie and I learned pretty early, like even when we were on the show and like kind of traveling around, like traveling can make or break.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
if you don't like the person that you're traveling with, it's going to be a
1000%.
nightmare. And we learned pretty early, like we would have to go from like scene to scene or whatever. And I'd be like, actually, I can do this with him.
Yeah.
And I just got back from London. We traveled together and I was like, I'm such a brat on the airplane. He's like 6'4", 6 whatever, and he's in the middle seat. And then I like curl literally into like fetal position because I'm on the window, obviously.
Yeah.
And I lay across his lap, and he just sits there like this the whole time. And I'm like,
listen, it's
that's
Ollie, I feel you. I feel you.
Is that you too?
Oh, always.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We were on the plane going to, I think it was the Nordic trip or it was either Japan.
Yeah.
And we got so lucky. We booked the cheapo tickets. We had like a full like 4-row in the middle to ourselves.
And you got to do the alternate so that you can like get that whole row for yourself because a lot of people don't get the solo dose.
But this girl goes and I'm on like the one like edge seat. She takes up all little armrests. She's laying down like a couch, like a bed. Head on my lap, just sleeping.
Queen. I can't help it.
Passenger princess anywhere we go. know.
Exactly.
So if you had to say one thing that you maybe learned from each other, like what would it be from traveling?
I always knew that he was patient,
Yeah.
but he's really patient. Because I'm really extra when it comes to traveling. I'm like, I want to do this. And granted, he has like a lot of things that like he wants to do, and we accommodate our itineraries to like fit both of our interests. But like, yeah, I would say that.
What
I'd
about
say
you?
2 things. First, pack light because we're gonna get a lot of souvenirs.
Oh, well,
Did not
I'm
expect
out.
that. But 2 is just be accommodating. Maybe have like a certain like thing you want to do during the day, and the rest is just kind of like leave open and just kind of like go with the flow. Like whatever happens, happens, and be okay just like getting lost and exploring.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
think that's the thing. It's like nothing's ever gonna go like perfectly
Right,
according to plan.
right.
Like I've learned that like for some things I'm not type A, but for traveling I'm very type A, and I'm like, we got to do this, boom, 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 boom. But like when we actually travel, like some things have just we've decided not to do it last
Just
minute,
make it
and we
happen,
just kind of go with the flow.
I
And
love that.
And those most
Enjoy
memorable
it.
experiences too.
Yeah.
Is like the most random, spontaneous ones. Like,
Oh yeah.
let's do this or like let's do that. I still remember like one of the like first things we did when we were in Paris with your family was we just like randomly were like, let's go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. It's gonna close in like 20 minutes, but like why not do it?
I was like, are you serious? Are we really doing this?
Aw.
It
Did
was
you guys
really fun.
bond over travel in the pods?
Kind of
Yeah.
in different senses though, I
Yeah.
feel like.
So I really before meeting Amy, I really never traveled. I took one solo trip to Utah.
So she changed your life.
Essentially, yeah.
Sure did.
For many, many ways.
Oh.
But I never really traveled before.
Yeah.
And then the first time actually leaving the country was with you and with kind of the rest of our cast
Oh, really?
in the Dominican Republic.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now you've been to how many countries?
11
Yeah,
together.
11.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's great.
11
Yeah.
down, rest of the world to go.
Huh?
Johnny, every time. Wait, okay, so do you guys have anything like new or exciting? Any projects that you're working on coming out?
I would say, I guess, still in that kind of realm, the YouTube channel. Really, I feel like
Yeah.
documenting our adventures, especially like for our future kids, like our intros, like hey, future kids and McIntyre fam.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of savoring those memories.
Yeah. What is your YouTube called again?
Oh, the McIntyre fam.
So after 2 years together, what's one thing that has surprised you guys about each other?
That's a good question. I feel like there's so many things.
How's your Spanish, Johnny?
Oh, that is a good point because his
surprised me.
pronounced like how the way that he pronounces things.
You're
So
rapping Bad
good.
Bunny.
Yeah.
After a
Listen.
lot of tries. A lot
Forget
of
Rosetta
tries.
Stone. We're gonna use Bad Bunny to learn Spanish in 2025.
No, for real. But no,
Yeah.
it's always been tough learning Spanish,
Yeah.
but I feel like with Amy, and then especially even going over to like her parents' house,
Mm.
they all speak Spanish. So like whenever I go there, we sit down for dinner. Yes, they do speak, like her dad speaks English to me, but her mom tries to speak Spanish as much as possible to me.
Yeah.
And then her grandma, her aunts, like everyone else tries to speak Spanish to me too, just to like start understanding it. And I feel like when we've traveled to like other places, it's like, okay, I might not have gotten it when we went to Mexico for my buddy's wedding, but when we went to Costa Rica this past year, I was actually like understanding a little bit of things. I couldn't maybe say as much as I wanted
Right,
to,
right.
but it is getting like a little better, which is really nice. Un poquito.
Period.
So proud. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's something that has really impressed me because he picks up on it really fast and then he pronounces it really well.
Yeah.
So I've been very impressed to say. I mean, I feel like everybody has been very impressed too. So
Do you have a full sentence yet?
I
Putting
think
you on the
I think the
spot.
one that I know, the one that I feel like I say the most, especially when we're traveling, is TNS espresso.
Oh,
Because I need
I was not
espresso.
I know
yes.
that one. Yeah, I know that one.
That's kind of like my favorite one when we're out drinking, TNS tequila, but
he loves
mostly
the
just the-
pianist.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's easy, it's simple, it's just a good starter one.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. So I know y'all are both like really close with your families. How's it been blending your families together?
Really good.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been very seamless. I mean, granted, our families live in kind of all parts
Yeah.
of the East Coast, I feel like. And so in terms of like distance, like I feel like our families do really good in communicating with each other and like keeping in touch. But since my family lives in Charlotte, we're kind of always hanging out. His family is mainly located in Texas, Maine, and then
Texas.
Jersey.
Texas, Jersey, Maine. I
Yeah.
feel like those are like kind of the three main places because I have
So,
my sister, brother-in-law, and little brother in Texas. Little sister, mom and dad in Maine, and then my cousins in New Jersey.
Wait, so tell me about I don't know if I'm going to say it right. I don't even know if this is the title of it, but like your family like Olympics or something.
Oh, yeah.
I've been seeing that. I think you did 2 years in a row now that you were involved. Tell me about that.
So because we're really spread apart, we don't get a chance to actually get together too often. So every time we do, we try to really go all out for it. So we try to set aside 4th of July and then Thanksgiving each year to just like everyone kind of drop what you're doing. Let's meet somewhere and just have like a big get together. Aside from that, we do like maybe like one-offs throughout the year. But for the past probably 2, maybe 3 years or so, we've been doing the McIntyre Olympics.
Yeah.
And it's just a big, just like
so fun.
everyone get together, everyone play the most like random games and just have a great time and just oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
It's like a field day.
Yeah,
I feel like a kid again.
so fun. I'm like watching the stories. I'm like, who's gonna win?
Oh my gosh, it is a blast. It is so much fun.
I know. His family does a really good job at planning it, so it's a blast.
And then also do shout out my sister too, because she also started. So during the summertime we do the McIntyre Olympics, but then during Thanksgiving we do McIntyre Jeopardy.
Okay.
Which is McIntyre Bingo, I should say. It's either one or the other.
Okay.
But it's basically just like little like random facts. And it can be like which person was, again, just easy, like got married in a reality show, like us. And then it could be also like which cousin was the like #1 ranked insurance broker like at his organization. And it's like, it's cool little things that like you would have no idea about. Oh yeah. But it's like cool things where like you get to see into like everyone else's life because we're all so far apart. So we don't really get to like share those big wins.
Yeah, I love that. I love like how invested and like intertwined you are in his family. I can see it like all over your Instagram. Like you're always with them and vice versa. Like I can always see you guys. Like I think it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, no, we're very grateful for like how the the family dynamic seamlessly like blended. So we're very happy about that.
Do you think you guys have like your perspectives have changed on marriage since saying I do?
I mean, for me at least, I feel like I thought of I thought marriage to be like, you know, like you think of like a fairy, you know, you don't think about like the depths that it takes to like really consistently like work on that marriage and like devote time to it. And we were actually at dinner yesterday and we were talking about like how people always say like, what's the key to a like healthy marriage? And people always say communication. I've said it myself. And yes, while that's true, I feel like when people say that, they talk about like vulnerable conversations, like deep conversations like we had in the pods. But while that is also important, I think just like yapping all the damn time
100%.
about like even the dumbest things, like it's so important.
Literally.
Yeah. But other than that, it's just like there's so much work that I feel like has to be put into a marriage, a lot of teamwork. And I feel like it's so cliche to say, but I don't know. It's just like a different, I don't even know how to explain it. I just feel like it's definitely a different vibe.
Yeah. And I don't know, because I feel like growing up, I saw marriage like one way. And I was like, oh, like, you know, it's very healthy, it's very good, but it seems like it's a lot. And then like to kind of what you said, Amy, like there's a lot that goes into it, but I feel like when you found your person, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Because just it's simple. It's like, okay, like we are like connected so well. So it's like if I say something, like she can pick up on it like right away.
Right.
If I don't even say something, I just kind of look at her, like she can pick up on it right away. Same as
We're
like her with me.
synced now.
It's
I can know,
actually
like I
kind
know
of
what he's
scary.
thinking. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah. But I feel like there's a lot of like intention that goes into it, but there's not a lot of like, and I don't want to say hard work because I feel like there is work that goes into it, but like it's just simpler and like it flows better.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah, I love being married. Like
You loved being married since the day you got married. I've never heard you say anything negative about being married.
I feel
you
like,
love this man.
You know, I feel like for me in society, the way that marriage is painted can seem scary. And that's kind of how I viewed it too. And I was so independent. I mean, I still am independent, but I love depending on my man. But I feel like before marriage, I was just like, I didn't know like how that dynamic would be the day that I got married. And I mean, so much so that I feel like even when we were filming the show, I was just like, I don't know if this is for me. I mean,
I
honestly, it was
remember.
because of you. Like, you had a
were
big
about
part.
to go in there and say, "Let's be friends." I was like, "Don't
Oh
block
my
your
God.
blessing." I do
You literally
not.
said,
I need to
"See
say
it through."
thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
But you were also in the same boat. We were just
Yeah.
like, should we not?
Oh my gosh.
I think we were just scared. You know what I
There-
mean? Like, I feel like,
There were a lot of times we were about to leave.
yeah.
Like there were definitely a lot of times we were just like, maybe let's just date. Let's see how it
Yeah.
goes. Like we're in love right now. Like we're very happy with where we're at right now. Just, dating, not even being engaged, but just dating.
Yeah.
So we can just pull out.
Yeah. I think it's just that
Yeah.
fear, you know?
Oh, that just gave me chills because I just like butterfly effect. If you
Yeah.
would have went in
Mhm.
there and was like, actually, let's just date outside. Like, let's leave and just figure it out. Where would
Yeah.
you be right now?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, honestly. Who knows?
I do feel like one of the biggest things we did though when we got married is we stopped thinking about each other as like individual. Well, I don't know. That might sound like kind of weird, but we stopped thinking of each other as like our individual like needs and like wants, things like that. And we really started thinking about each other as more of like a unit, just like a couple.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like, hey, like, how can I do basically everything to make sure that Amy's happy, Amy feels supported, everything else like that.
Yeah.
I know that she did the exact same to me too, to make sure that
Mhm.
I was like, my needs were met, I felt supported, and we felt like we were on the exact same like team.
Mhm. I think
Yeah,
that started
absolutely.
really early for you guys as well when you were talking to me a lot about like work and the anxiety that you were feeling with work and the
Oh,
way
yeah.
that you stepped in and was just like, I
Yep.
got like what we were in you guys were in
Yeah.
like month 1 of marriage.
Literally.
And you're like, I can't work.
I was so
And the
stressed.
way you like stepped up for her and like
Yeah.
alleviated that, it was just
Literally.
like, babe, okay, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was on top of it.
For everyone who doesn't know,
Yeah, give us the story.
so we basically went to the pods. We had, I think it was about 3 weeks of
Yeah.
no phone, no communication to anybody, just basically us. We get engaged, we go to the Dominican Republic, we have our little honeymoon-esque thing. Then we get back to like the real world, we get our phones back. As soon as we get our phones back, Amy has a promotion. She's now leading like
listen.
2 accounts essentially by herself, which is like a massive amount of work. And it just
Not only
all
that,
went,
but catching up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And then
I was
catching up
just
too.
like, so, and then, filming would take a long time
Yeah.
too. So
Mm.
I would be, well, because
Little-
at that moment, you were,
Yeah.
you were in like a little leave of absence, right? Or
Yeah,
something
my
like that.
work was not the best.
Yeah, so we
Um,
were kind of both going through it in
We
like
would
our
always
jobs,
see each
but
other walking our dogs.
Oh, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Rico.
I know.
Miss you.
He was so sweet.
So good. But
Yeah.
we
And
were
we got
a
always
good play
like
all
in the
the
middle of the day
literally.
walking dogs.
God bless that neighborhood. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so I feel like it was just like a lot to juggle. A lot to
Yeah.
juggle.
Yeah.
So,
But she absolutely crushed it. She went from
but it was also thanks to you.
literally working
Yeah.
a full day, like 8 to 5, 5:30. And then right after that, like you'd still be working. They'd come in, they'd set up all the cameras, and they'd be
Mhm.
like, okay, action. We're starting to
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
And that would be going on till like literally midnight.
I like forget that we even did all
She is one of the strongest
That
people
was
I
a
know.
time. That was a time. Do you guys have any advice for future couples going on to Love is Blind?
I always say don't force anything.
100%.
Like just naturally like flow with it. I feel like it's a very exciting experiment to be on, and I feel like when you know how intricate it is, like the application process and like everything that you do, like
Mhm.
they really do try to find people that are kind of in that same like I
Mhm.
guess type that the person has.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, if the vibes aren't there, the vibes aren't there. Like don't
Mhm.
force
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah. I was going to say, definitely trust your intuition
Mhm.
because you have that little feeling in your gut for a reason. You might think that something might be better, something might be worse if you're, you decide to say yes or no to someone at the altar, but kind of deep down what the right path is, and don't be afraid to make that choice.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't really know y'all's like dating history in the pods. Were y'all like locked in from the beginning, or were you each other's number ones? Like, what was that dynamic?
No, I would always say that Johnny was here for a good time, not a long time.
What? Johnny, I don't even remember.
But now
I
he's
didn't
here
talk
for a
to you
long
after day
time.
one.
I think it was
don't
day
think
one and
we
that was
even-
it. Yeah.
we didn't even. I was like, I don't know what he's talking
it was
about.
like day 4 or 5.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
when we
Decided
were,
to be
like,
exclusive.
solidified. Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like we definitely like evaluated everybody. Johnny was the last one that I was like, this is the last man I have hope in.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember telling producers, because I had like a breakdown because I was just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, there's so many feelings and all this stuff. And so then I told her, I'm like, if like Johnny doesn't get deep with me tomorrow, and I'm not initiating it because I'm tired of initiating conversations. If he doesn't initiate a conversation where I get to know him like more at who he is at his core, then I'm out.
Yeah.
And the next day he did. And I was like, did producers ever tell you anything? And he was like, no, never.
They never
So
told me.
it just like, it worked out perfect because I was ready to just like.
Yeah. Was this after your ukulele performance?
Oh.
Yeah, they got me
That was
singing
actually-
twice, and then they get you playing the ukulele.
No, literally, that was very much before.
If we find a clip of that ukulele,
I'm gonna be like, I can't. So in the interview process for Love is Blind, they like asked me like anything that like of any interest that I like. It was something along those lines. I was like, at that point, like it was like 2 years after COVID. So during COVID, I had picked up learning the ukulele because I was bored out of my mind. So I was like, why not learn? And so I told them, well, I mean, I like to play the ukulele. You know what I mean? I like
Amy,
to,
please.
you know,
Little do you know, we actually have ukulele right here.
I'm screaming. So then I brought the damn ukulele. And so then they asked me to like perform for him. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to. This is it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I like to sing, but I was like, this is not the time and the place right now.
Oh my God.
And so they went and tuned it up for me. And I was like, you know, I'm going to just do my little bit and just call it a day.
What did you sing?
It was Adore You by Harry Styles, but I think I changed it. I changed the lyrics. So it would be like something about the pods. Like I think I said, I would walk through these pods for you or something corny like that. So yeah, it's not the best. Not
It
my
was
best
amazing.
work.
It was fantastic.
I just can imagine you like, okay.
You're really good.
Like,
And now you're married. Do you play the ukulele at home?
you know what? No, because I get my nails done all the time. I
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
always get my nails done, but then
Yeah.
COVID hit. So I was like, when am I going to get my nails? So, you know,
Okay.
but
Well, if you ever bring it out, I would love
Maybe
to.
one day.
Yeah,
It'll
I
be
would love to
recorded.
see. Yeah,
It'll
I would
be
love to
recorded,
Put it on
for
the
sure.
YouTube. Put it on the YouTube.
Oh, no, not the YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been 1 year since our season aired and 2 since we filmed. Looking back, is there anything that you would have changed about your experience?
I wouldn't have sang in the pods.
I
Or at least would have
Keep the
known the
performing
words.
to a low.
At least would have
Not
known
once,
the
but
words
twice.
of what I was singing in the pods.
Yeah.
I think I would have embraced the process more. I feel like I was excited for the experiment, but it was also so last minute for me because I wasn't thinking of participating because I had trips planned out during filming. And then it was because the first one got canceled last minute that it kind of just opened the doors for me. So I was just like curious of what could happen, but also very nervous. And I was just like, I feel like I wasn't fully myself. I feel like I tried to be the best that I could be, but I just feel like I should have just embraced the process a little bit more, you know?
Honestly, I would have cared less. Like I would have given effort and energy, but I just feel like I cared too much about everyone all the time.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't focus so much on me and like my inner voice, like you were saying, and my intuition. I think I just was like catering to everyone's feelings. I would have just
Yeah,
cared
that's a good point.
way less.
Yeah.
Definitely energy and effort and been as, authentic as possible, but
Yeah.
I was
No, I get
stressed.
Oh my gosh.
I was stressed
all
the
in
whole
shambles.
time. I was never happy.
And it's over the most random things
Over the
too.
stupid
Like, oh my God,
shit.
Yeah.
the other couple did this, the other couple did that. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, but we're in this together. It's like, yeah, we're in this together, but at the
But
same
have
point,
some
it's like,
fun.
we
Yeah.
can have fun. We have a big decision ahead of us. Let's make
Right.
sure we make the
Yeah.
right one too.
Right. I was
Yep.
focused on the wrong thing.
Mhm.
Anyway,
But look at you now.
Exactly.
Everything worked out best.
That's
listen.
right.
Okay, so y'all were viewed as the strongest couple all season, except for the birth control speed bump. How did you handle the backlash from that moment? And is there anything else you want to clarify now, or do you
Yeah.
feel like everything's been said?
The Lord. The backlash was so annoying, especially because, like, I feel like there was so much heat on him, and I feel like I couldn't at the moment, especially when episodes were still airing. I feel like I couldn't really defend him. I still like made a statement.
Yeah,
yeah.
you
People were like, "Oh, that's her
No, that
man for
was
sure."
like-
But I mean, I feel like when people see the show, they see like, I don't know, like it's like this whole like quick process. Like it's fine, like it's not that big of a deal. But I'm like, this is something that we really got to think through. And I feel like we were just like super in our heads, which honestly wasn't that bad of a thing either. But like we wanted to take things slow and be like very wise about,
and just put a lot of like intention to like what we're talking about, what we want to build for the future too.
Yeah.
And I feel like, at least with me personally, one of the biggest things is I didn't want to rush things that didn't have to be rushed.
Yeah.
And again, in a process where you're supposed to be married in what, 8-10 weeks, you're rushing a lot of it very fast.
Yeah.
So the one thing I was very nervous about was, okay, well, once we are married and we're done filming with everything, are we gonna have time to actually get to know each
we're
other
gonna have to
and get to
slow
like
down.
exactly just build that like connection more? Because when we got married, I was in love with Amy, but I feel like a year later it was like completely different because it's like, oh, this is what it should actually feel like. And then 2 years later, it's like even different now. Like it's crazy. So I just want to make sure that we weren't jumping the gun on things that we weren't truly ready for.
You
from
had
all
time to
different
get
levels.
to know your person without a baby in there.
Oh yeah.
Because we were just, I mean, now I feel like we've talked about it. And like, granted, we're not, like, I feel like there's still some other things that we want to do till we're at that next step. But I feel like now we're comfortable if it happens. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, okay. Like,
do you still get comments every time you post? I see a bump.
every time. I'm like,
we got one yesterday.
I'm like, honey, I'm just built like that. I got scoliosis. My tummy sometimes poke out. I'm bloated. Like, it's just.
You will know when it's time to know.
We will announce what happens, but it ain't.
But right now.
Yeah.
No, every time I go on your comments, it's like, it's a bump.
Yeah.
I see a bump.
One time somebody
Amy's
was
pregnant,
like,
trying
it's
to
a
hide
boy.
it.
I'm like, wow.
You know the gender before
It's
it
a
even
boy.
happens.
No, that's crazy. That's actually insane.
So, yeah.
But you guys feel like that's all signed, sealed, and delivered.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that
everything
has
we
been
said.
true,
Yeah. When the time comes, the time comes.
Yeah.
We're both going to be, well, we're both, I feel like we'll be as ready as we feel like we can be.
Yeah.
But
thing.
we're
It's
both
like
going to be really excited.
You're never
for it.
really
You really
ready
never-
ever.
Yeah.
You just pray for the best and
Yeah, exactly.
do your best.
And the best will come.
Exactly.
Why do you guys think you were like the strongest couple from our season?
No, I mean, it's so funny because we didn't see that
No.
ourselves. Like, we just.
You
We
didn't
were
see
just
yourselves as the strongest
No.
couple.
Like,
I mean,
remember when we did the
probably like
little-
going through it, you didn't
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
but after.
Yeah, I mean, after for sure.
Yeah. I do have to say though, like, I still remember when, so after the pods, after we did like the reveal, I was like, okay, they're probably not going to follow me and Amy because we aren't like as strong as like some of the other couples.
Mm.
Yeah.
And because there was like 7 couples that were actually engaged that went through like the reveals and everything. And I was like, oh, they're definitely going to pick one of the other 2 over us just because throughout the whole process, they were, you know, just, they were the ones that viewed, at least when they went back into like the lounge area, that they were so in love. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? Like, we're done. Like, we're going to go back home on the plane.
I was like,
We're gonna
as
be
long- as long as
engaged,
They sit
like-
us next to each other on the
Yeah.
plane. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yeah.
So I just don't think we saw it as that. Like, I feel like the day of the, you know, like when we were getting proposed to, I didn't know if he was, you know, going to propose or not. So it was just like one of those things that I was just like okay with whatever outcome. Like
Yeah.
I did like, you know, obviously have love for him, but I also didn't want him to feel like the pressure to like move forward if he wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
But
Because
you
that was
know?
one of the things I was absolutely terrified of was I didn't want to make a mistake and I didn't want to get engaged to someone that I wasn't truly in love with and ready for and ready to actually take that next step because I view engagement as like this really big, scary thing that, you know, once you are engaged, it's like,
That's it.
I don't like that's it. Because I only want to get married once and I still only want to be married once.
Yeah.
That's it.
Make
But
it plain.
oh, 100%. But I don't know. I feel like the commitment level is like, it's a very scary thing, especially
Yeah,
for
it's a big
guys
life
too,
decision.
because I feel like guys are told and like expected, you have to have like everything 100% set in stone and ready before you make the next step.
Right.
And if you can't provide for your partner in any specific way,
Yeah.
you aren't ready for that step.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just was like, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. So after you watch the show and you're like, whoa.
We saw it in a different light, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because I feel like, especially a reveal, I did not, like, I was so nervous. I did not know what was happening. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
oh, he's cute. But I'm also like, what's happening? I don't like, I was like, am I being punked? Is this the real man that I was talking to? Like, I was trying to match the voice with the face and everything. And so, but it was just really magical seeing.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, I feel like I mean, obviously I believe that we're soulmates, but it's just like, it's two soulmates finally like reuniting in this lifetime. And that's how I see it. And so it was really magical to see, like, but in the moment, you're just not thinking about that. Like when you're just like partaking in the experiment, like you like are taking it as serious as you can because it is such a big deal. And I feel like we just overthink everything too. So I feel like we were just like constantly in our heads without like really seeing the reality of the beauty of the love that was there.
When you were watching the show, we all knew the ending.
Yeah.
But were you like, I can't believe this certain couple didn't make it, or I really thought this couple, was there a couple that you guys were actually rooting for?
I think for me, it was Brittany and Ken.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was like the one couple I was really, really rooting for because I love Ken.
Yeah.
He is like an amazing person.
The only other good man.
I know.
And can we trust?
He is like, every time you talk to him, you just leave with a big smile on your face, feeling so just like full of life, full of happiness, full of hope, like everything. Like, I really, really wanted to work out for him.
Yeah.
Like, and they
really
just seemed so
badly.
marriage minded. Like they were ready.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is happening. They're the strongest couple. Like to me at the time, like I was like, they're 1000% the strongest
I could
couple.
see that.
Yeah.
So.
We miss you, Ken. Okay, let's move on. Game time.
Yes.
Okay, so this game is called Pod or Fraud.
Okay.
And basically, I'll say a quote, and then you guys have to decide if it's from the pods or if it's fraud.
Ooh, I like
so
this.
was it said in the pods or was it
Oh my gosh.
something I made up or
Okay.
somewhere else?
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work every day.
So dramatic. I
Did you
know a
laugh?
man said that.
But I want to do it because I want you. I want all of you forever, you and me, every day.
Was that Matthew? Wait.
Fraud
Wait.
or pod?
Was this out of
That was
all of the
definitely
people
pod.
or things that was actually cut
Was
into
that
the
our
show?
season?
So this could be from in the pods or somewhere out in the world, a movie, a book, something I've heard on a commercial.
I feel like this was pause. I don't know why.
I feel like I narrowed down what guy said that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say pod.
Pods?
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually fraud. It's from the Notebook.
Oh. I'm over here like, because you know,
a man did say it. A man would be that dramatic.
Some of the guys were giving dramatics in our season.
Okay. All right. Pod or fraud, ready? What's wrong with you?
That's it. I mean, it could be both.
I know. I'm locking a pod. I'm just going to lock in a pod. I feel like it was definitely said at least once by somebody in the pod. So.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Okay, correct. That was Dave and every girl. And
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay. I don't want to sound foolish, but remember, love is what brought you here. And if you trusted love this far, don't panic now. Trust it all the way.
This is too
Ooh.
poetic. I think this is
This is
fraud.
very poetic. This is definitely written down.
If this was on the pods, I need to know the detail. I say fraud.
I do as well, yeah.
Okay. You said fraud?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, correct. It's from a
Okay.
movie, If Bale Street Could Talk. Okay.
It's a little voice that you do with it too.
Like something in me is making me want to embody the person. So sorry. Okay, ready? Love is patient. Love is kind. Love means slowly losing your mind.
Oh.
Pot or fraud?
I want to say fraud.
I want to say fraud, but again, like
I
I'm
wouldn't be
narrowing down to like
surprised.
one person who like
Who do you think would say that?
It's okay, I'm not going to say. we yeah.
Okay, pot
But
or
I'm
fraud?
gonna say
I
fraud.
stick with fraud.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Okay.
fraud too.
Correct. That's from 27 Dresses.
Okay.
I just watched that the other day. Okay. Oh, God.
By that, it's already giving
I
part.
know.
You've already said everything I need to know.
The dramatics behind it is just so okay. One thing I don't believe in is roles or labels. Like I can feel her voice coming out of me right now. I do whatever I want, and what I want you to do is stand up, and I see you as my equal, and I'm just as strong as you. So I want to ask you, will you marry me?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock into Pod.
Yeah. Who said it?
Was it Gigi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I literally saw
job.
season 1 and then season
Listen,
4,
Gigi
5.
did not come to play.
No, no. She said get up. I love her. Okay. Let's do another one. I tried to start writing a sweet love letter full of love and my feelings towards you, but the truth is I crossed it all out because I'm still hurt.
I feel like that sounds familiar. Pod. I mean, I guess fraud could also sound familiar. I say pod.
These are tough. I'm gonna stick by Amy. I'm gonna say Pod too.
Pod, correct. That was a letter, Brittany's letter to Leo in season 7.
Oh, okay, yeah. I knew it sounded familiar.
Okay. Next one. Don't forget, I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
I'm gonna say that's not Pod, so that's fraud.
I don't know. I'm gonna say pod. I'm gonna switch it up.
I feel like I've heard that before though. Or
I
like see like on like a
know,
little
I
Instagram
know.
like story,
Like a
like the
little,
little
yeah,
caption.
like a little
Yeah.
meme.
Johnny's correct. It's from Notting Hill, my favorite movie. Okay, and then last one. I don't want to change you at all. I like you. Like, I love you.
Oh, that was you.
Correct. You're so cute.
I
You
swear
guys
that
are
slipped out so.
Oh, yeah. That was so cute. You would get that
was really
right.
good.
That was so
That sounds a
cute.
little too familiar.
Oh, you guys. So I'm really curious when I talk to people from Love is Blind, especially our season. Like, do you have any big takeaways besides just being each other's person? What is your biggest takeaway from Love is Blind or your experience on the show?
I will say, like, the conversations that we had in the pods really, I guess, formed the foundation of the communication that we have today. I feel like we really like dive deep into everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like that it has really helped in just like I was saying earlier, like even just yapping, like silly communication, but also like really getting vulnerable and deep. I feel like it really did build that foundation, and like we're always like open and honest with each other, and like we don't like let anything slip under the rug. And so I feel like I'm really grateful for that.
Me too. I'm gonna go in a little bit of a different direction because I feel like I normally talk about how important communication is and how important it is to always like kind of put your person first, and then like everything in life is gonna be better. But I am gonna say the one thing that I learned the most was just be kind to everybody, because you truly never know what people are going through. And like I feel like during our season of it too, we were just in our little bubble. We assumed that everyone else was on the exact same trajectory as us. And then all of a sudden we just see like all like the pieces kind of like falling apart. And it's like we have no idea what's going on. We don't know what is true, what is false. It's just everyone kind of telling their point of view.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going on. So just be kind to everybody.
Yeah. I love that. I love both of you guys so, so much. And I'm glad that y'all are actually in LA because you owe me dinner.
Oh, listen, we'll make it happen.
You owe me dinner. We'll make it work. Y'all are leaving today, right?
Yes.
Leaving
Yeah,
after this,
unfortunately.
but I'll be in Charlotte later.
Yeah, and hopefully we're
You
gonna
guys
be
have to
still
meet
for the most
Ollie.
part this summer.
I cannot wait to meet him. He seems like a great guy.
We're so hyped to meet
He's
him.
excited to meet y'all. But thank you guys so much for coming to What's the Reality and hanging out with me.
Thanks for having us. We're really so proud of
thank
you
you.
and
I
like
know.
everything that you've accomplished,
Thank
and
you.
so ecstatic for you with the engagement. I'm just like so happy
Girl,
for
life
you.
is lifing.
It
Life is
is.
lifing. I'm so excited
exciting.
about it. But I really appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I appreciate you guys for tuning into another episode of What's the Reality. Be sure to follow us on all social platforms at What's the Reality Pod. And I will see you guys next Wednesday.
What's the reality? What's the reality?